Now, as we left off, as I recall, there was a report that Paul had given, and perhaps the mayor wants to add some comments with respect to the progress of the demolition of the current facility at Candlelight.
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes. We talked about a few things. I know that Paul talked about a few things the last time. The Phase 2 environmentals and the asbestos and lead-based survey should be back in about 2 weeks, roughly. We retained Triton Environmental of Guilford to do this work. And again, what this does is this identifies how much lead and asbestos and other environmental agents are on the property and need to be abated, which has to do with the cost of demolition. We did obtain the permit to disconnect the sewer system from the Greater New Haven WPCA. That is capped, the sewer's capped and ready to go, it's all set. Just as a side note, unfortunately, since our sewer system in East Haven was sold to the Greater New Haven WPCA, that permit cost us $700, which is just an interesting little side note. I found that to be exorbitant, quite honestly, but that's the cost of the permit. We are now waiting for the UI. It's going to take them a few weeks to do the disconnect, and then that should be complete for the electric to be disconnected. The water, phone, cable, anything like that is also disconnected. We are putting together bid specs for the demolition so that we can send the demolition out to bid, but we can't finalize those until the Phase 2 environmentals come back. Because again, we don't know, if we don't know how much is there, we don't know how much it's going to cost. And depending upon the environmental survey, we are certainly, and I'm standing by what I had said earlier, we'll have the building down before summer. We're hoping February, March, somewhere in there. Again, it all depends on the environmentals and how much there is to clean up. I have had some talks with some design companies, just very preliminary, to see what their services are like and what their fees are, very general. And anything that we talk about tonight certainly will be brought back to them. I also had a very interesting conversation today, and if you don't mind a little show and tell, I'm going to show you something I got today. I had a meeting with the Mohegan tribe. And it was a wonderful meeting. This is something that they gave me that they give to all women leaders. And there's some ancient corn and seagrass in here. I thought it was a very, very nice gift from the Mohegans. You know, East Haven has a Native American heritage, which I learned a tremendous amount about today. We all know about Momogwin. Not many of us know that Foxen was also settled by Native Americans. I see you shaking your head. I didn't know that. Even growing up here, Foxen doesn't sound like a Native American name. But I don't want to digress too much. At any rate, the talks with the Mohegan tribe had to do with utilizing the site at the Candlelight in Momogwin, maybe to memorialize or commemorate some of that Native American heritage in that area. You know, we've talked about the big Momogwin sign that used to be up down there. I think a lot of people remember that. The big, it was wrought iron, right? It was a big arch, yes. But there's so much more than that as well. I mean, that's a beautiful piece of, the East Haven history, but, the Mohegans are a wealth of knowledge and, research and what they've done and what they've acquired. So when we're talking about the history and maybe commemorating some of that history, whether it be with plaques or statues or whatever it is we decide, they're there with the support. If they're there with any other type of support at this point, we don't know. But they were very excited about this project and just about East Haven in general and making a connection with East Haven. Shampicha was the last female leader of East Haven before me, and she was a sachem in the Milwaukee area. So they were very excited about that connection and very excited about this project. And I'm hoping that we can use this project again to memorialize some of our Native but we can talk about how we feel about it. I think that's pretty much it.
Sounds like you may have identified a potential future funding source.
I don't know, they didn't come with their check.
All right.
But they are very interested in the project, so, we'll leave it at that.